We're rolling.
Hi everyone, it's Melanie Brosis and I'm the chair of Skyforest Retreat up here in Skyforest, California, right outside of Lake Arrowhead. And today we're going to show you a little video for all of the people who've not been up here, who haven't been up here in maybe 5 to 10 years, or even more than that. So I'd like to show you the property, tell you what we've done here so far, and all the stuff that is still needed to care for this property. So as we come down the driveway, my husband Glenn is filming some of the property. It's about an acre, and as we come down, you can see the driveway here. The driveway was last done. It was the last time we asphalt the driveway was a few years back, but we didn't do the whole driveway. So we'll show you some of that up here. But as you see the property, as I said, it's almost an acre. And in about 4 months from now, what you see here, there'll be about 3 feet of weeds here. And every year by law, the county makes us do weed abatement. And it's about $2 grand to do this entire property. So that's something that we must do every year. As we come down the driveway, you'll see the cabin and the sign. And this cabin was built in 1971. The property was in a few parcels, and it belonged to the White family, and it also belonged to Reverend Gabrielson. And it was left to church. They built the cabin in 1971, and it hasn't changed too much outside. And we'll take you inside in just a second. But first, we're gonna walk around the side to the deck. Oh, wait, sorry. First, what we're gonna show you is the driveway. So as you can see, the driveway has had a lot of damage, especially in the last 10 to 15 years.
So there's a stump in the ground here that needs to be removed, and this asphalt needs to be repaired. We had the water main go out in last year's severe storms, so we had to excavate across the driveway, and that's just continuing the erosion of the asphalt pad that's here. So this area here, we've had some quotes in the $35,000 range to get this driveway completely redone. And then we'll show you quickly over to the side here, the ruins of the old original cabin. It has a patio, and then there's a work shed where we store firewood and other maintenance tools for the property. Okay, let's head around to the deck.
We're gonna head around to the deck. So we've shown you the driveway. That's a big project and a lot of money, $35,000 to redo the driveway. As you're coming up on the deck collapsed last year due to snow, the weight of snow, when all this area was just inundated and people were actually had to, could not get out of their homes for a week or so. So the deck was, rebuilt.
So this section of the deck here that Melanie's standing on,
just this section,
is where it collapsed. You can see it's a large span. It didn't have quite enough support under it to hold the snow load.
Yep.
That's now been remedied, and that was about a $10,000 expense last year.
So then we come around here, and this is where the old original deck starts. Okay, we come around the bend. Now we're on the south side of the cabin. This is where the beautiful view is, but also the highway. You can probably hear it down there, Highway 18. Glenn will show you, he'll turn around and show you the side of the south-facing wall here, which needs some work.
So here's the view off the south side, and the south side of the cabin is where it takes the brunt of the storms that come up the hill. And so we have really nice large pane windows here. We just had one of them replaced because the double panes were growing a little bit of a fungus inside. It'll be difficult to see on the video, but there are problems with the siding. We've done a lot of caulking. The nails keep backing out due to the cold cycles. We also had the 2 panes of glass upstairs replaced there. So we've had quotes on the siding here to get the siding on the south side replaced. As I mentioned, we've done a lot of caulking to try to mitigate the leakage. and it seems it's made it through the season thus far pretty good. But the recommendation is to replace this whole siding here and get it nice and weather tight on the south side of the cabin.
That cost for redoing the south siding is about $43,000. That would be to replace the existing windows you see and redo the siding. We could keep the existing windows and bring that cost down to about $20,000, but it's still a pretty big chunk of money. So now, do you want to come in through the front? Let's go all the way back around.
Okay, so here's some nice French doors coming out onto the newly rebuilt deck, coming from the living space. Just had a half cord of wood delivered, stacked here in the wood shed. Coming in the front door.
Okay, coming in the front door. The retreat is 3 levels. We're on the middle level right now where the kitchen and the living room is. So Glenn will come on in and he'll show you. When you come right in, we've got a little area here where there's a bathroom. In and around the 90s, our congregation, some of whom are still around, they raised about $100,000 and redid the inside of this cabin from when it was built in '71. Nothing has been done to the bathrooms really, or the living room, or to the building and the shape and the rooms since that time. So it's been 30 years since anything's been happening. And you can see it's rough in here. It's rough in here. All right, so we're walking out. Here's the kitchen. Again, the kitchen was redone about 30 years ago. And you know, it's not bad for a rental. It's just that we're not getting anybody up here. So it's not really being used too much as a rental. Everything works here, so that's good in the kitchen. But once again, it's very dated and nothing's been done up here, you know, for a few decades. Coming into the living room, the first time we came to Skyforest with our kids was probably about 18 years ago, somewhere around there. And you know, of course, it looks the same. It hasn't changed too much. And so this is the layout. The furniture is the same furniture that's been here for a few decades. I don't think there's really anything new. Maybe the television, but the small television might be new. But otherwise, it's the same. Oh, and you know what? Let's show you our window over here. This is where we had all the flooding come in into this window, and I'm going to have Glenn show you. Come up close.
Yeah, it'll show kind of
it might
the
be
mud.
a little dark.
The mud is disintegrating there. So this is the next thing to be repaired.
And down here too. So this all needs to be drywalled and patched and fixed. We did have the ceiling patched.
And this pane to the right was just replaced today.
Yeah, they came in and replaced
beautiful,
that.
nice and clear.
Okay, we're gonna go upstairs.
The fireplace needs a bit of a cleaning. Entertainment center. Heading to the upstairs.
Okay, as you come upstairs, this is the dormitory style sleeping, retreat style room that has been here for decades. Nothing has changed too much. In the past year, I bought new covers for the beds. Oh, and I stenciled this wall because the wall is cracked all over the place and I couldn't handle it. So I stenciled the wall. But as you can see, we can sleep, 10 up here But the problem is we're not sleeping really anybody because nobody's coming. I think part of it, of course, is just the layout of this, you know, of the upstairs. There's no privacy. And, you know, our kids, and I think a lot of other people's kids, used to call this the orphanage, just like Annie, because of the way it's laid out. There is one closet up here. And by the way, the carpet has also been around for 3 decades, or close to it. Here's another bathroom. It looks just like the bathroom downstairs. Again, it's very dated.
Similar Corian topped vanity and the one-piece shower enclosure, fiberglass. Very similar in bathrooms on all 3 of them.
Okay.
Heading back downstairs.
We're gonna head downstairs. So, you know, one of the things as we come around here, I'm gonna have Glenn come back over here to the big window. One of the things we didn't say was that we had that deck, you know, redone after it collapsed last year due to the snow. But in looking at our old deck, and he can come over here, and I'm not sure we said this when we were outside, but at some point in the next few years, this original deck is going to have to be redone. And that cost of replacement will be about $25,000. So we didn't get a chance to talk about the deck out there because we were talking about the siding, which leaked heavily during the rains. All right. At this point, we're going to go back downstairs. Or actually, not back downstairs, just downstairs.
So there's a utility room with a forced air heater and the water heater.
So this is kind of a rec room area, as you can see. And this is where the other sleeping accommodations are. Again, it sleeps, you know, about 10 down here. We were donated these queen beds not so long ago, and these bunk beds have been here for a very long time. So, you know, again, it's dormitory style. I think it's great for, you know, maybe Boy Scouts, or we recently had a high school group here, but it's just not that desirable for, you know, 2 families who want to come, or 3 families that, you know, more than 2 families who want to come and have some privacy. If Glenn will come over here, we'll show you. All the windows down here it's deferred maintenance for sure, but the heavy rains that we had in the last 2 years certainly didn't help it. So these windows have not been replaced, and all the siding, or I'm sorry, not siding, but all the window sills and everything are very much damaged. So those are things that will need to be replaced at some point. I mean, our downstairs windows, if we were to redo all of them, would be about $15,000. Also, Glenn can show quickly up here. What is this, Glenn?
Melanie's favorite part. This is the
I can't stand these.
forced air furnace ducting in the exposed ceilings.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't want to see ducting. So,
But it does have a nice rustic beam feeling.
yeah, it feels poison. Anyway, when Glenn shows you these up here, this is the fiberglass insulated, what, Glenn?
Again, it's the forced air furnace ducting
Yes.
that feeds the upstairs.
But it's not wrapped.
So some areas are insulated, some are insulated in the standard fiberglass, pink fiberglass insulation. Some are covered with the black plastic wrap, probably around the fiberglass insulation, because that's more in the sleeping area. But that could be rewrapped with something much more
Yeah.
aesthetically pleasing.
Glenn says about $2,000 to rewrap that and make it a little bit better looking. Again, once again, all these windows in really bad shape. This is really bad.
These are the original aluminum slider windows from when the cabin was built. many years of leaking through these windows. Again, I've caulked above the trim on these to close off most of the egregious leak paths. And so far so good this year, as we mentioned.
Okay, we're walking over here. Here's the third bathroom, and it's a small little bathroom. Once again, it not a lot. I'll turn that fan off. As you can see, it's very small. And
so last year when the water main
utility
broke,
bathroom.
they had to locate the water valve, so that's above the old one. We'll get that closed off and drywalled off. The lower one that's no longer useful. And then again, just a shower down here with the molded enclosure.
the old pool table, which by the way was donated. Right there you can see our own moderator, George Jones, for the pool table. You know, there's been talk about if we could do something down here, if we had the money, right, to have a wish list, not just repair it and bring it up to, you know, no cracks in the windows and all that business, but actually make this more desirable down here. Close maybe this off, make it a bedroom. Okay, we could still keep some bunk beds and the queen in there, but make it a private bedroom. Redo the windows as we just talked about. Refreshing the bathroom. Okay, that would be probably about $45,000 to do downstairs with a private bathroom, the windows redone. Yes, I know this stuff above my head that I don't like to look at, that redone, and a refresher on the bathroom. And that would be just a okay refresher on the bathroom. That wouldn't be like a tiled bathroom. A tiled bathroom would be a lot more. Okay, as we go back up, the carpet needs to be replaced. At the very least, we need to clean it, of course, but the carpet needs to be replaced. And just working off of loose numbers, I think the carpet here on this level, along with the carpet upstairs, let's say, and the carpet downstairs, we have a little bit of carpet downstairs. I mean, it could be anywhere from $18,000 to $20,000 to do all of the carpet up here. Anyway, that's where we're at. For those of you who haven't been up here, I hope you got a snapshot of it.